How's it going, everyone? This is Dr. Hefe playing some more Disco Elysium, the final cut. And in the last episode, we talked with the cryptozoologists, and especially Gary the crypto-fascist, and we got the Fairweather T500 Curious from him. Yeah, we had to basically intimidate him, say that Everard Clare asked us to open his door, made it look like we were some of the Union thugs sent to rough him up. But really, can we feel bad about that? Can we feel bad? He called Kim Yellow Man right when he walked up. Like, dude, who the hell even does that? Who the hell even does that? So we can't feel too bad. Not too bad at all. What the heck is going on here? Feld Electrical, okay.
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but you can still make out Feld Electrical R&D. A slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
No, we'll repeat it out loud. Tomorrow is just a whisper away. What a weird, meaningless slogan.
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Damn, son, Kim. Oh, Kim, you're legit.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in walls that are cracking and will soon also fall, and the coastal breeze rustling and sighing. In the remains of the edifice, there's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
Then we will be moving forward at an extremely high rate. I think, oh boy, I think we've done a lot of failing. All right, why do I feel like I know this place?
Indeed. Somehow you knew it was here. An urban ruin, gutted by looters that once used to consume money and dispense warmth and light. You felt it before, when it rained in Martinez, and you felt the cold of the rain. The feeling persists. It has been in you ever since.
What? How? I felt this through the rain? Maybe I'm like a psychic cop. I wish that was something we could unlock. Just the ability to know where things are. What is this building?
Maybe we could, ask the man who's pointing at the building.
Wow, Kim, for once, he doesn't know what it is and he wants us to talk to people. Alright, could Ruby be in there?
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or in that boat shack. In that church tower, maybe.
Ooh, listen to the wind. Shivers impossible? Oh my goodness. Guess we're not going to listen to the wind right now. In fact, we're just going to take some money. Look at the power box. Grab some more Nosafed. Look at all this cash money. Finally, we hit the jackpot. The drunks who are hiding their money over there, thank you. Alright, sir, tell me about this building.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Hello there, Trant Heidelstam.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Trant Heidelstam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
How does he know our partner's name?
Nice to meet you.
Wait, how does he know that he's Kim Kitsuragi? Yeah. No, let's... who cares about the windows? Okay, we'll ask about the windows, because I do want to know about windows. But how the heck do they know each other?
So, Mikhail, they had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
That makes sense. I wish I didn't have windows on my south wall. And the monitor glare on my monitor would not occur during the afternoon. Good thing I play all my video games at night, right? Right. Definitely not during the working hours. Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
What?
He's just making up fancy words. This doesn't mean anything.
Oh yeah, Half-Light. He's like, I'm ready to beat somebody up for using big words. You and Kim know each other?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
Okay, there's the little kid here with him. How has he heard of Kim?
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately.
Worms.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
Really? I mean, I want to learn more about how... I want to play Worms, giant worms. Sounds like a fun game. Orbis.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
Why indeed? Why indeed, Esprit de Corps? Is it because he's a drunkard like ourselves? You look like someone who has money. Do you have any money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
He's not gonna give us money? Are you sure, Authority? I don't want your money. Well, I mean, we are kind of rich, but that goes against our ways of just asking for money.
Oh no, I don't have it on me, officer. I was talking in more general terms. I'm just spending time with my kid here, showing him around the lesser-known parts of our hometown. It wouldn't be wise to carry huge amounts of cash on such expeditions.
I'm not talking about huge amounts of cash. I'm talking about 1 real, man.
Not that
Hands
he would
it
have
over.
to worry about being robbed. He looks surprisingly buff. Does he work out?
Thank you, physical instrument. Sure, let's ask him. By the way, do you work out?
I do some Lomantan stick fighting now and then.
I love this. I just want to know how often you work out. Now and then. That's like, what? Like once a week? No, let's ask about... This is freaking hilarious. No, I want to know about the stick fighting.
It's an anthropological heritage of the Lomantan people. A martial art of sorts, but what not a lot of books mention is that it also carries a cultural significance among the Lomantans, as it used to be the best means of showing off to look for a bride, which...
I wonder if... Is this guy Lomantan?
Interestingly enough, brings us to the socio-economic structure of the traditional and rural tribes of the Lomantan Isles, which...
He goes on to give you a detailed overview of their way of life, the amiable, slightly nervous smile not once leaving his face. So he's just talking on and on about the Lomantan?
But anyway, I'm boring you with details again. You were saying...
Yeah, I'm not really interested. How often do you work out?
Lomantan stick fighting is a little like a Berolidin addiction.
Oh, I know about
I've been
that.
practicing it for nearly 20 years now, so you could say that my doses have grown a little peculiar.
You want some Pyrrholidon, bro?
Wait, what does this man know about Pyrrholidon addiction?
I can assure you, nothing in this world comes close. So is it twice a week then? Hold on, Pyrrholidon addiction? What an interesting metaphor, or perhaps not a metaphor at all. Yeah, let's dig deep into this Pyrrholidon.
You got me, detective. But my history should hardly come as a surprise.
Here's a former junkie. I can recognize one when I see it.
Ah, okay, so this is why he's our half-brother.
Dad's fighting with sticks every night after dinner for 4 hours. He has a special room for that, and a special costume.
Oh, Mikhail speaks. Hello, Mikhail.
That's right, Mikhail. It also has a meditative quality. Helps to clear my head. But anyway.
Alright, little junkie guy. Alright, so what's so fascinating about an empty old building?
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building.
Yes?
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Feld Electrical. And Feld, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Oh no, we don't know what R&D is? What's an R&D?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
Wait, so there's no more research and development in this world? No wonder everything's gone to shit.
You're probably more familiar with RTD, Research and Technological Development.
Oh, we just have a different name for it. Alright, we're gonna look at the building yet again.
It looks old and weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass. Bushy undergrowth has taken hold of the collapsed rooftop. Some kind of bird has set up a nest on a broken windowsill.
I don't think I've ever heard of this Feld electrical.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago.
2 centuries
After
ago.
an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the pre-revolutionary era.
Personal electronics market? They're like the Windows or Apple of our world.
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing an ace up their sleeve. I'm mixing my metaphors here.
Yeah, tell me about this ace.
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
Tape computer. And this world uses radio computers. So what would a tape computer be? It would actually have a hard drive? I don't understand.
An elegant folding mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer, which is a feat of engineering even today's giants, Rehm, ICN and ZAM, haven't achieved yet.
So what happened? How come we don't have the tape computer? This is so confusing, but so interesting.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Not the revolution.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it to the market. Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes. Possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the Boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D.
Interesting. So everything on this side was built by Feld. And I didn't realize Wild Pines built all the rest of Martinez. Huh. A little oligarchy. Or no, not oligarchy. What is it when businesses? Corporatocracy? Okay, so you're saying Feld Electrical built this boardwalk?
Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
Oh, we have that on our map. You can go look at our map. The pleasure wheel. Oh, I see. This is what it used to look like. Why do they have the guys with guns over here? Even in this old-timey map.
A pleasure wheel?
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
Man, we could have been playing Cyberpunk Disco 2077 Elysium. Now that would be interesting. My goodness, can you imagine Cyberpunk 2077 with this amount of writing? Beautiful. Oh, so beautiful. What an idea. What happened to the engineers, the company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys. But this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers...
Alright, let's ask about the tape computers. What'd they do with the advanced tape computers?
They used them for military communications.
That makes
but
sense.
Also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars. What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by the newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02.
Man, we're getting a real reality lowdown right here. Why did we talk to Joyce Messier? We could have been talking to Trant Heidelstam.
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album, Bon Baiser d'Insulindian. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
Wow, this guy is freaking well-versed. My goodness.
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book, already forgetting about this part of the discussion.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine if your dad talks like this non-stop? I would be wanting to just play my Worms game all day. Alright, tell me about tape computers. And did they work like radio computers? I mean, I don't even know how a regular computer works, a silicon computer. But let's understand how a tape computer would work.
Actually, no one knows.
Okay,
No one even
good.
knows what a computer made entirely
Excellent.
of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware.
Great, so my ignorance is okay.
10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort,
What?
Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Hughes joined the team, trying to...
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center?
He definitely said Wompty Dumpty Dom Center.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
Well, I mean, we did talk to Lena, and she was telling us about the Koldo Mama Dakwa.
This is all ninsy-pinsy garbage for sissy people.
Okay, the Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, Paul Ockerman, Keith, and Guy Hughes. What are you talking about?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art.
There
The
it is
exhibition
again.
itself
Those
drew on
words.
Ockerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
You're making this up. Kim, is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
Writing directly on the tape? So kind of like creating like a circuit board that we do over here, but just with tape instead of with like... what do we have in here? All I know is silicon. I'm sure there's other precious metals in this computer. I'm just looking at my computer as if it's gonna tell me what it's made out of. Alright, cool, man.
Very, very cool.
Very,
Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The Feld playback experiment vanished into the fires of '07.
What? Yeah, what was that?
Yes, the official name of the prototype.
Okay.
Some sources report it as the Feld playback experience, but those are incorrect.
Okay, Mr. Trant Heidelstam. I keep calling him Heidelstam, it's Heidelstam. Why did the revolutionaries destroy it? Well, I mean, because they were getting invaded by the coalition?
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Wow. Can you imagine if you like walked past some old building? Like you're just walking down in a city, like abandoned part of the city, and you just see a building. You're like, huh, like what a cool billboard this building has. And then this dude tells you every single thing about the building. That'd be insane. I would probably arrest this dude for insanity. He's just making this all up, talking about a Wompty Dumpty Dom Center.
2 seagulls circle in the sky. You look up and think, really? Or was there a 4th prototype that remains hidden in the mausoleums below Cold City?
Alright, I guess we've talked about everything with this
But of
dude.
course. What else?
Oh yeah, the suspect.
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one, officer. It's just a regular day off for me and Mikhail here.
So you haven't seen anyone around?
No, I'm sorry. As I said, this is just a day off. We just arrived anyway.
Well, thank you, Trant Heidelstam. You have now made your way into the video title by talking for literally 20 minutes straight. Thank you.
No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain. A very interesting conversation indeed.
Yeah. Did he tell us anything that could help
The
us?
once bright
with this?
mural towers
Nope.
above.
I guess not. We cannot listen to the wind. Bars cover the long, dusty
The remaining
windows.
windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. They're covered in a thick layer of grime. They must have been like this for 40 years.
Let's try to see inside.
Dripping water falls from a high place. All you can see is the shadow of a collapsing staircase.
Lieutenant, can you see inside? I mean, why would he be able to see inside? Our perception is amazing.
No. I won't even try. You know,
Aw.
I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
Can you still shoot, though?
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no sharpshooter, but I passed my shooting courses 7 out of 10.
Well, you know I'm a sharpshooter. You saw how I shot that corpse down. Okay, we got a new thought. About the Wompty Dompty Dom Center. It's Wednesday evening and something heinously exciting is underway. People have gathered beneath the billowing roof of an oddly shaped trophy building, sipping wine and exchanging opinions. 29-year-old Wunder twins, Guy and Keith Yost are the stars of the show with their bomber jackets and white sneakers, head curators of this art exhibition. It's the Wompty Dom... What the heck? It's the Wompty Domty Dommiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. Where are you if you're not there? This sounds like it's made up, but you know what? We'll internalize it. We'll see what the Wompty Dompty Dom Center is all about. We don't need any suggestion right now. I don't think, at least. Okay. What's this?
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad. It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. A dangling arm suggests that there might be a jacket beneath the crust of filth.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
It might be a clue.
A clue? You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jacket?
It could have been multiple seagulls.
The lieutenant sighs. You should still take it.
Okay, interfacing. A filthy jacket. Well, great. Glad we have this. It's been at the mercy of the elements for quite some time. It's streaked with seagull shit and abnormally stiff from God knows what natural process. You can't even tell what brand it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an uncomfortable crunching sound.
How did this jacket get so
It's
disgusting?
a sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Hell yeah! Let's think about it.
It occurs to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it.
Wonderful. It'll be the new look. The new look. Our fawn track pants, armored chest plate, and seagull shit jacket.
It smells like a dead sea creature, tangled in grey strands of seaweed. It must have spent quite some time in the water before the tide deposited it ashore.
Why do we want to know what... Dude, let's just say gross. I think we're done with this.
Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
We're gonna flick our hands. Ugh!
Now you're just flicking that
Oh.
shit everywhere. This is a disaster. You'll never get the smell out.
This jacket ruined our morale. Oh, man. Vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. We got a new postcard. Couron 33. Oh, we're getting little postcards from, like, I guess, different times. Les Ardines 21. Coal City 08. La Delta 51. Isn't it like 53 right now this year? This one has hell written on the back of it. Could not be further from the truth. In the boom years, and Couron, the nicest district in Revachol West, is enjoying a sun-drenched day. Tall and handsome buildings rise from the riverside. Steel, iron, and yellow limestone with cloud shadows sliding on the facades. Yeah, it doesn't seem like hell, but hell is what you make of it, right? Coin-operated weighing machine. Oh. Mega Beano's prescription lenses. Oh, Kim, do you need something? Whose idiotic idea were square and beige plastic frames anyway? Beige is a color that does not look good on anyone. Not to mention that seeing the world through these exceedingly thick lenses feels almost nauseating. +2 to encyclopedia. Discover your inner Beano. -1 to perception. Nausea-inducing hell glasses. Let's see how they look on us. I mean, they don't look too bad. We're definitely gonna go with a savoir-faire. Alright, I think we'll do, we'll finish exploring this boardwalk, so we will have done more than just talk to Trant. A big wine and canister. It's open and empty.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that. Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
Heads up, Lieutenant. Something's not right here.
The lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Ooh. I see. Floorboards look rotten and weak. Hello, sir.
A man lies on the boardwalk, his limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits. In his cramped hand, a chewing gum wrapper. Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the left leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
He does look kind of sad.
The smell is not as bad as a 2-week-old corpse, but it's definitely heading there.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
A second murder case. Ruby has struck again.
Another dead body. This is your job. Steel yourself.
Okay, Authority.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Hey, it's been... Okay, it hasn't been 1 day since we, investigated a corpse. We definitely did put our hand through that corpse's skull last night, so... Yeah, I guess we're ready for this. We'll study the man's clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
We'll search his
You
pockets.
find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into 2. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
We'll study the man himself.
The man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated blood covers his black hair. One of his feet is still dangling through the hole.
Man, this poor guy.
You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure ethanol. 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits.
Electrochemistry knows how many drugs you need to take in order to end up like this.
When damp, these boards are really slippery. Even a sober man could lose their balance.
Yeah, even a sober man could lose their balance here. I'm not drunk, Kim. I don't know what you're talking about.
His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years.
Thank you, Visual Calculus. That'll really help us once we do our autopsy report.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Let's get that chewing gum wrapper.
Be very, very careful where you step there.
Okay, savoir-faire. Okay. No, we're not going to step on the floorboards. Let's examine the man's head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
No, just this. I mean, are we going to just be this? Just to annoy him?
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, what if we step on the floorboards? Are we going to go through? Well, let's see.
The boards screech under the weight of the T500 ceramic sabatones. It's a good thing they're so light. because it's hard to determine whether it was the dead man's weight that caused the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Ooh, look at our T500 Sabatons. They even wrote special text depending on the boots we're wearing.
You see waves churning below. Something cracks beneath your feet.
Let's examine that bottle. That delicious empty bottle of
A
booze.
0.75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
More bottles.
I'd prefer if you didn't collect them this time. It's not proper.
We're still holding our yellow plastic bag. Kim's just calling us out. He's like, yeah, I know you like to collect bottles all the time, but please not this time. Kim, I gotta make those 10 cents. I gotta make rent, even though I'm staying for free in the fishing village now. Let's examine the chewing gum wrapper.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green leaves on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
I guess we're gonna get a good look in. We've already looked inside enough corpses' mouths. This can't be worse than the hanged man.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too. Confirmed. Nearly the whole pack is there. Solidified on his lower rear teeth.
Wow.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is,
What's the worst thing, Kim? Tell me. Tell me.
I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
Damn, man. Dealing with death does sound pretty sad. Sounds pretty depressing. You see the same people in the same positions, dying the same ways. Oh, Kim, this is heavy, man. This is heavy.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Yeah. That's pretty hard.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Alright, time to ask some rhetorical questions. Who is this man?
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same scene without the bottle. Now that would be just sad.
What we're witnessing here is the demise of a great party beast. That leather jacket, an empty vodka bottle. Mwah! Give her a little kiss, a little bon mot. Yep.
The wedding ring.
Ooh.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
What do you think happened here?
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
Could it be related to the lynching and Ruby? Yes, let's pin it on her.
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time
Yes, a sequence killer.
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects those 2 bodies. This is a completely different case. An accident.
Someone could have pushed him from behind with an intention to kill.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified the man.
Do you think he was drunk? I mean, yes, obviously.
Oh, yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression, unpredictable behavior. But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the Pox.
The Pox. That's right. They talked about the Pox is on the west side. The Great Park. Used to be an old hospital, now converted into basically a shanty town. Someone should be held responsible for this. Really? That doesn't seem like an ultra-liberal thing to say.
It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with him?
From where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
What about field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal, and this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour as short as possible. The sooner we get back to finding Ruby, the better.
Yes, Kim, but isn't that kind of sloppy? Oh yeah, let's prove ourselves. Lieutenant W. Freighter Harry Dubois is on the case.
Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
Fine. I wanted to do another field autopsy, Kim. You taught me how to do one, and you're just gonna only have us do it one time? What was the whole point of learning it? Come on, Kim. Let me use my knowledge. We found him. We should finish this.
Alright. We should first examine the library card you found. Then we can call the station from my kinema. Let them know we are taking the case.
Alright. Sounds good. Let's investigate this trash
There's
can.
some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
Let's examine the tear.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you
Wait,
find.
this dude pounded 3 bottles of vodka? Oh man, he was flying high.
No, there's more in there. Livis strawberry liquor, plus some Pilsner bottles too. Better not pick them up. They seem unhygienic.
A tragedy.
Examine the cigarette package.
Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
I think that was the cigarettes we had. Just gave those to Kuno. I can't believe it. I can't believe we didn't keep some of those.
Now, this makes partying look bad. Still, don't let it sway you. You're responsible.
I love it. Electrochemistry's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Yo, I know there's a dead guy here, but come on. We still gotta party. Examine the kebab
You see
wrapper.
traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads Shish Kebab Revachol.
Fair enough.
It's hard to concentrate in the smell. The sea air brings some relief.
Okay. So it looks like we have a second murder case what am I saying? I'm trying to say investigate and solve at the same time. We have a second murder case to solve. And we have a little red dot that shows up sometimes. Okay. Guess that was it. Nope. Moonshine probably. Smells like tasty fermentation. Electrochemistry had some thoughts right there. So yeah, not only do we have the hanged man, we also have the quick travel to the church unlocked. We also have the corpse on the dock. Yeah, dead body on the boardwalk. Alright, looks like we're getting a couple more quests. But wow, we've finished up pretty much all of them. It's amazing. Oh, we still have to do the Everard thing. I forgot about that. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Lots of talking to Trant about this building. We learned a little bit about radio computers and tape computers and the revolution. You know, it's just all about revolution all the time. But yeah, we gotta continue searching along the coast, going from B1 or B prime, B double prime, P triple prime, trying to find Ruby. Gotta find the shooter, find the weapon. Where is she at? Until next time, do remember, as always, to take care of yourself and keep it disco, baby!